Hey guys, so it's been about a month since the Z6 II came out. I purchased mine on 25th of November and it's right now 28th of December. So it's been about a month of me using it and I've been really happy with the results that I've been getting. And so today I'll be telling you 5 reasons why I swapped from a DSLR to a mirrorless camera. Specifically, I was using a D750 before this and right now I'm a Z6 II user. So I'm actually really happy with my purchase. And I think that the D750 is a great camera, don't get me wrong about that, but the Z6 II just offers me a little bit more and fits my needs much better. So the first thing has to do with better video capabilities, the second has to do with sped up workflow, the third thing is eye detection autofocus, the fourth would be silent photography, and the last thing would be weight. So the first thing I realized is that I was shooting a lot more videos, I was doing a lot more videography work, clients were also coming for me for photos and videos, and so I switched to the mirrorless camera because the Z6 II is much better at video. The Z6 II has better autofocus with eye autofocus for video mode and as well as better tracking. I also say that it hunts less, there's less of like a focus hunting. Especially with the Z-mount lenses, the camera is really smooth when it zooms in and out. The focus is really silent, it's really quick, and it's just really amazing. And apart from that, there's of course in-body image stabilization, which is something that the D750 didn't have. And that has been a very useful feature for me because I like to shoot my videos handheld. Part of the video capabilities that the Z6 II brings is also due to the Z-mount that the lenses use. The Z-mount is absolutely beautiful, and so right now I've heard that Tamron, Sigma, and as well as Viltrox are coming up with new Z-mount lenses, and I'm really excited to get my hands on them as the Nikon lenses are a bit too pricey for me. Yeah. The second reason why I switched to a mirrorless camera is because it sped up my workflow. For someone like me, I was needing something that I could get my pictures out quickly, I could make sure that I could send my pictures to my clients really fast. I was trying my best to edit less so I could save time and speed up my workflow. So in using a Z6 II or a mirrorless camera, we have the electrical viewfinder, which allowed me to see what the final image would be. It was very useful because I don't need to check my exposure anymore. It becomes a lot better that I know what I see is what I'm going to get. And it just helps me because when I edit now, I don't really do much editing to the photos. I do a lot more cropping, adjustments, straightening, but not really like color adjustments or any exposure adjustments that I used to do a lot of with the D750. The third reason why I got a mirrorless camera was because of eye detection autofocus. The eye detection autofocus was really helpful. It was a really useful feature. Of course, I could always just set the focus point to the eyes when I was shooting with my DSLR, but I realized that the mirrorless cameras were much faster, and combined with the EVF, I was able to see what I wanted. So when I was shooting portraits, I didn't really have to worry about it missing focus. I think that eye autofocus is really useful. Sometimes I'm not even focusing on the camera, sometimes I'm focusing on making my subject feel comfortable, and I just click along as I go and it just gets everything in focus. And I think that's absolutely amazing, and it's one of the features that I really love about the mirrorless cameras. Now moving on to the fourth reason why I switched to a mirrorless camera. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm actually more of a performing arts photographer. I shoot a lot of dance, theatre, concerts, and I'll never forget one of my first few shoots. I was using a D750 back then. The D750's mirror went and it was pretty loud. And I remember the stage manager asking me if I could shoot silently. Sadly at the time I couldn't, but right now with silent photography on the mirrorless cameras, it has been a really good feature that I love to have. Of course, sometimes I'm worried about bending, I'm worried about flickering, I'm worried about rolling shutter, but I realized that for performing arts, sometimes if they have good flicker-free LEDs, you're not going to experience much of a problem with them. So I didn't really have much problems when I tested my Z6 II in those situations. And now the fifth and final reason why I switched to a mirrorless camera is because of the weight. D750 is much heavier than my Z6 II, and it's been really welcome for me and my arms especially to be able to carry less, especially when I'm shooting for long periods of time. Actually last week I rented a new D850 from Nikon just to try my hands at it as a second body, and boy, my arms was dying after a while. The Z6 II was just so much better in my hands, and I really don't see myself going back to the DSLRs anytime soon anymore. That said, with all the benefits that the Z6 II has given me, I still must admit that battery life is a problem. So for me right now, with the reduced weight that I have in my bag, I actually try to carry more batteries. If not, I carry a battery pack which I can use to plug my camera in via USB-C. So I don't really worry about my batteries going flat. And I haven't really experienced a situation where my batteries have actually ran flat on me during a shoot. So these are the 5 reasons why I switched from one to the other. Of course, it's worked out very well for me. It may be different for you. If you asked me this question of mirrorless versus DSLR last year, I would have told you that I would have picked a DSLR over the mirrorless anytime. But since the year has gone by and since my own job scope has changed, I feel like it's about matching the tool to the job that you need to do. And for me, the mirrorless camera seems to be the one that fits and ticks more boxes for me. So tell me your experiences, and I hope that this video actually helped you to make a more informed decision when you purchase your own camera. Anyways, that's all for today. So take care, stay safe, and see you guys soon. Cheers.